And thank you for coming to ISB. We thought 26th of May, Prime Minister Modi garu is మా క్యాంపస్కి వస్తున్నారు ఫర్ ద గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్. ఇది మా స్కూల్కి ఇది చాలా పెద్ద ఆనర్. ఆయన రావడం హైదరాబాద్కి ఈ ఈవెంట్ కోసం హైదరాబాద్కి రావడమే మాకు పెద్ద, మేమందరం చాలా ప్రౌడ్గా ఫీల్ అవుతున్నాం. మా స్టూడెంట్స్ అడ్రస్ చేస్తారు ఆయన. 900 మంది స్టూడెంట్స్ గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ అవుతున్నారు ఆ రోజు. హైదరాబాద్లోంచి 600 ప్లస్ మొహాలి, మా రెండో క్యాంపస్ మొహాలీలో ఉన్నది. అక్కడి నుంచి ఒక 300 మంది కూడా మేము ఫ్లై చేస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడికి. వీళ్ళందరూ ఆ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ సెరమనీలో ఉంటారు. సో తెలంగాణ సీఎం కి మేము ఇన్విటేషన్ ఇచ్చాము. ఆయన ప్లాన్, ఆయన టూర్ ప్లాన్ ముందరి నుంచి ఉన్నది, అందుకని ఆయన రాలేరు. బట్ ఆయన తరఫులో ఒక సీనియర్ క్యాబినెట్ మినిస్టర్ని వాళ్ళు నామినేట్ చేసి మాకు గుడ్ విషెస్ చెప్పారు, ఈ ఈవెంట్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్గా అవ్వాలని చెప్పారు. ఇంకా మాకు తెలియదండి, ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇంకా రాదు. 900 మంది గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ అవుతున్నారండి. ఇది మా 20th యాన్యువల్ డే కూడాను. సో ఇది కంబైన్డ్ ఈవెంట్ మాకు, మా గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ ప్లస్ మా 20th యాన్యువల్ డే. లేదండి, మా ప్రోటోకాల్ ప్రకారం వాళ్ళు ఎవరు వాళ్ళు పిలుస్తున్నారో వాళ్ళు వస్తారండి. మా తరఫున వచ్చి మేము అది కూడా ప్రోటోకాలే. వాళ్ళు మా పిఎం ఆఫీస్ వాళ్ళు ఏం చెప్తారో, ఎవరిని పిలవాలో వాళ్ళు చెప్తారు. ఆ ప్రోటోకాల్ ప్రకారం మేము పిలుస్తాం. టోటల్ 1 hour ప్రోగ్రామ్. అండ్ అంతకన్నా ఇంకా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మాకు ఇంతవరకు ఫుల్గా రాలేదు. డీటెయిల్డ్ ప్లాన్ వాళ్ళు అప్పుడే ఇస్తారనమాట. సో ఆ రోజు ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ మోదీ గారిది స్పీచ్ ఉంటుందండి. సర్టిఫికెట్లు ఇస్తారు. ఈ గోల్డ్ మెడలిస్ట్కి ఇస్తారండి. సో అందరికీ ఇవ్వరు, 900 మందికి ఇవ్వరు. గోల్డ్ మెడలిస్ట్ ప్లస్ కొన్ని అవార్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయండి. గోల్డ్ మెడల్ ఒకటే కాదు. సో 4 ఇక్కడి నుంచి, 4 మొహాలీ నుంచి, సో 8 మంది ఉన్నారు. బట్ జాయింట్ మెడల్ ఉన్నదంటే 9-10 కూడా అవ్వచ్చు, బట్ అంతకన్నా అవ్వదు. సో వాళ్ళకి ఇస్తారు ఆయన. ద స్కూల్ is incredibly privileged and honored that the Honorable Prime Minister of India will be coming to the school on the 26th of this month. He's coming here on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the school and also the first joint graduation ceremony of both our Mohali and Hyderabad campuses. So we have 900 students around 900 students across the two campuses. The students from Mohali will be flying down here to listen to the address by the Honorable Prime Minister. Let me just give you a little context. When the school started in 2001, it was inaugurated by Prime Minister Vajpayee. In the school's 5th year, we had a 5th year celebration. In the 5th year celebration, we had Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. In our 10th year celebration, we had the Honorable President Pratibha Patil. And in the 15th year anniversary of the school, we had the President Pranab Mukherjee, who had come in to the school. So this is in keeping with that. So every 5 years, we want to bring in very, very, very senior people and the VVIPs of India. So this to us, we are delighted that the Prime Minister has accepted our invitation. And as I began, this is a great day for the school and a great honor for the school that he is coming down to Hyderabad specifically to address our students and for our 20th anniversary celebrations. Thank you. First, joint graduation ceremony. We have 2 campuses. We have separate graduation ceremonies. We have a graduation ceremony in Hyderabad and then a separate one in Mohali. This year, we are bringing all of the students here. It's the first joint physical graduation ceremony. So, some of the information about the movement of the Prime Minister, as you can imagine, we are not allowed to say it, but it's not just that, it also changes at short notice. So timings wise, but thank you, sir, for your question. I think the PMO will be in direct contact with you, with Doordarshan, to let you know at what time this. So on behalf of ISB, we would invite the media to the event. I mean, that's an invitation we are extending to you. So please do come and and grace the occasion. This will be a great occasion for us to make a few announcements, and the first of the announcements we would like to make is the annual FT, the Financial Times rankings of exec education were released today, and I have here with me Professor Deepa Mani, who is the Deputy Dean of Exec Education. Professor Mani will tell us a little about the rankings and how ISB has done in that, and then we can take questions that you may have.
We're actually very happy. Yeah, like Madan said, the FT rankings were announced today for executive education, and we're very happy to note that we ranked number 1 in India for executive education in the custom space, custom learning solutions. We've seen a significant uptick in our global rankings. ISB has now ranked 38th worldwide for executive education in the custom learning space, which is a significant improvement since our previous ranking in 2020. The 2021, the rankings did not happen, and therefore we're benchmarking it against our 2020 rankings. There's also a lot of color in, a lot of nuance in that, in the sense that we're also happy that our clients who we work with very closely as knowledge partners, both in the public as well as in the private sector, have indicated that they would use us. There's a degree of loyalty that seems to be evident in the rankings. We ranked number 7 in something called future use, which means that they would use us for other programs within the organization as well. So overall, that's something that we're proud of, and we look to continue to work with the private and the public sector as we've done in the recent past, especially post the pandemic, in terms of recovery and growth of these sectors. We continue, we're looking forward to continuing to work in the directions that we've started to even further our position and collaborations with industry and government. Or in the previous ranking, we've now moved to 38. Our movement is also reflective of several partnerships that, for instance, we no longer see ourselves as just a training partner, especially for the public sector and government. We see ourselves as a knowledge partner. And you see this in our partnerships with the government, for instance, with the Capacity Building Commission of India, which is the empaneled agency to train bureaucrats. We have an agreement with them, which reflects that we are their knowledge partner, and we go beyond training to work with them on several areas, such as impact assessment, etc. We're the first knowledge partner. This is the specific MOU that I talked about is with the Capacity Building Commission.
Which reports to the Honorable Prime Minister, and it has been set up to think and to take a look at the way that the bureaucrats in India get trained in all of the different central training agencies, central training institutions, and think about bringing about the kind of changes that they want to bring in them, because the whole idea is to have a citizen-centric bureaucracy. So that is the goal. They want to move towards a citizen-centric bureaucracy. So the commission began work, and we're very proud that we were their first knowledge partner. So that is something. They have since signed knowledge partnerships with others, but we were the first knowledge partner. And Deepa can tell you a little bit more that we would do as a knowledge partner with them.
Yeah, so typically, if you look at the kinds of engagements with the government have been limited to training programs. But this particular agreement goes beyond that to include policy research, to include the creation of knowledge content and learning content. It leverages our expertise in research in this part of the world. ISB is in fact also ranked, in a separate ranking. We ranked number 1 for research in India. So it leverages our expertise in research to drive the creation of learning content for these different arms of the government, as well as impact assessment studies, where we don't just stop at providing a learning intervention and then walking away, but we also try to assess what's the impact on some of the outcomes that Madan just mentioned, like citizen-centric behavior, leadership, etc. So it's a broader agreement that goes beyond training.
I also wanted to tell you that Mr. Kishan Reddy will also be in attendance in the event. We have invited him. He has kindly accepted our. I don't think there's anything particular that we had done. This is So if you look at the history of the ISB, what ISB does do is it knuckles down and does whatever the work that it needs to do, it does it well. The fact that it gets recognized by the prime ministers and by the presidents, we are grateful for that. So there is no pitch other than the fact that we are delivering on the promise that we started off with, because the school was created, was premised on the idea that India needed a research-led business school so that it can create talent for the world, and so that it can become some kind of a role model for other research-based institutions in India. So we are trying to do that, and there is a lot we can do as we grow towards that vision. I'm not making the claim that we've arrived there, but we are taking steps towards that, and the fact that this is being recognized in various parts, including by the press and all of you, is something that we as a school remain indebted to and grateful for. So we have invited the Chief Minister, the governor of the state. So they've been invited. We also will have, and this is protocol, we will also have the Chief Secretary, we will have the DG of Police and other officials who are, as per protocol, we have invited all of these. The Chief Minister has wished us the best for the event. Unfortunately, he had a plan. And you've seen the plan. You know what the plans. Unfortunately, he's had a plan. He's had to be away from the city. He cannot make the event, but he will designate a senior cabinet minister to stand in his place. It'll be about an hour, end to end, from the time that he comes to the time that he leaves. Depending on whether, so as we are speaking, they're being graded, right? So some people might not pass. So we'll have to, we'll know this. Let's hope all of them do. Let's hope. But there is, so the final term grades are now being tabulated, and then we'll know the exact number graduating on that day. But it is closer to 930. Is the number of students that we have is closer to 930. Of them, 600 are in Hyderabad. So in terms of the number of students in a postgraduate program in management, we will be among the top 5 in the world in terms of the class size. So 900 as a class size will put us in the top 5 in the world. So we graduate around 900. In the country, definitely. It is true. So let's begin with that. It's true. The newspapers have reported it. They've not made up that story. So it's true.
Each time the faculty had returned back to his home country. Subsequently, once we were informed, we have taken necessary steps of contact tracing, testing them, and thankfully all of them have tested negative. So, and in terms of protocols of this thing, these events of this nature have very well laid out detailed protocols of testing and other COVID protocols. We are following all of those things, and we've just had those guidelines. We are going by what the district administration is informing us, also what the SPG is telling us about that.
Like, share, subscribe Pregnya Media.
Please like, share and subscribe to Pregnya Media.
Please like, share, subscribe to Pregnya Media.
Please like, share and subscribe to Pregnya Media.